Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is one of the big games that I'm going to be playing this year. I will be playing this in December. This is coming forth from Machine Games is the developer and Bethesda is publishing. I've already covered a ton of information about this game, done a ton of preview videos and news articles. I've been waiting for this game. It's probably up there with like Dragon Age of Veilguard and Star Wars Outlaws is like one of my three biggest, most anticipated games of the years because I cannot stress how much I love the Indiana Jones character and have since I was a little kid. IGN just published their final preview of the game. We're going to watch this together. And if you're watching this during the live stream right now, awesome. We're going to go back to New World Eternum after this. But if you're watching this after the fact, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Daily streams at 9 a.m. on YouTube and Twitch. Let's get ready for an adventure.
The last truly great Indiana Jones movie came out 35 years ago. Since then, pop culture's most famous archaeologists' last two big screen outings have been flops. In fact, Indy's best work since The Last Crusade has come in video game form.
We will agree to disagree on that
1992's
statement.
LucasArts point-and-click adventure
We just played this
classic,
live
The Fate of
on
Atlantis,
on stream a couple years back.
Excellent
We did Fate of
third-person
Atlantis.
action-adventure The Emperor's Tomb
This
on
was also a
PS2
great
and
game,
original
Emperor's Tomb.
Xbox in 2003, and more recently, the Lego Indiana Jones games
Which I have
in
not played.
2008 and 2009. So no matter how you look at it, it's been a long time
They don't
since
even mention
Indy
the
has
Young Indiana
showed
Jones
out.
Chronicles.
And it's fair
What's
to
up?
wonder if the current generation of gamers even cares about Dr. Henry Jones
I
and
care.
his relic-chasing, Nazi-punching
That's a line from
escapades.
Indiana Jones if you didn't know.
I'm here to tell you that after playing a few hours of Machine Games' Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, generations of gamers both new and old should care. Because as good as the studio's recent Wolfenstein reboots were, the Great Circle might be even better.
Oh, that's good news.
All
I
next
can't
plane to
wait.
Rome. Stop. Need help. Stop. Meet me in Vatican. Stop. Indy.
What playing Indiana Jones and the Great Circle showed me, among other things, is that it's more of an adventure-action game rather than the typical action-adventure game.
Perfect. Nathan Drake,
And
baby.
it's absolutely not a first-person shooter. Yes,
Perfect.
Indy has a revolver here. You can also grab rifles and German Luger pistols, but I used it exactly once the entire time I played. And when I did, the gun wasn't the only thing that got loud. It alerted everyone at the Giza dig site near the Great Pyramids, and Indiana Jones is no match for two armed bad guys, let alone several. In short, firearms are clearly a last resort in the Great Circle.
Nice.
But I'm getting ahead of myself. My hands-on session started at the beginning of the campaign at Marshall College.
Oh,
where
guys, I got
Dr. Jones
goosebumps.
is, of course, a professor of archaeology.
I love this character.
Archaeology is the search for fact.
I love you,
Not
Indiana Jones.
Indy's working late with his friend and colleague Dr. Marcus Brody.
Perfect.
A noise stirs him and Henry investigates, with you controlling our hero as he walks down the college hall towards the source
I
of the
love
noise,
the fact that this is first
finding
person, by
broken
the way.
glass and a display
I don't want a
scattered along
third-person
the way.
game,
Thus,
because then
we come
everyone's
to
going to
Great
make the Nathan
Circle's
Drake
first
comparisons.
puzzle, putting
That's
the
all
fallen
they're going to say.
relics
It's
back
just
on
like
their
the
proper
Nathan
shelves
Drake
using
games.
clues
No, no,
in
no,
the
no, no.
displays.
This is its own thing.
Once that's done, Indy encounters an extremely tall man wearing a
Candyman!
talisman who takes something from the college's museum display, beats up our good doctor, and escapes, leaving the pendant around his neck behind after it tore off during his getaway. When a presumably concussed Dr. Jones awakens the next morning, he and Marcus suss out a lead based on the stolen relic.
He took the cat mummy, Marcus. But why?
And Indy quickly packs for the Vatican,
Oh,
bringing only his bullwhip, a
Off to
pendant,
Rome.
a vinyl record for a friend in Italy, and of course, Indy's infamous fedora. The gameplay during the Vatican mission reminded me of a classic game I didn't expect the Great Circle to tap into, but I certainly didn't mind.
look at that. Oh, the
Thief.
whip.
I suppose
Oh,
the
wow.
nighttime setting and classic Italian architecture
A
contributed to that
thief
vibe,
reference,
but
okay.
it was more so the fact that stealth is the dominant approach here.
Oh, the stealth haters are going to come out of the woodwork
Along
for this
with
then,
the
just like
fact
they did
that
with Star
there
Wars
are a
Outlaws.
whole lot of doors to find
I don't
keys
wanna
to
do
unlock,
4 stealth
valuables
missions.
to backtrack to later, and hidden items and information all over
Love
the
it.
place.
Now, what do the black shirts want with the Vatican?
While Indy's fists are his primary weapon in the Great Circle,
Sure you did your best, champ.
I quickly learned that it's best to get something in his hands whenever possible, as sneaking up from behind with a sufficiently potent object can yield a one-hit stealth takedown.
Sweet.
I say object, by the way, since most of what I picked up weren't proper weapons, but instead things like brooms, violins, guitars, shovels, a pipe wrench, a frying pan, etc.
This is awesome.
Even more fun was using the push button to send bad guys
What's this,
crashing
Arthur asks? It's
spine
Indiana
first to
Jones
the
The Great
ground
Circle,
below
which
from
we're gonna be
great
playing
heights
in
when
December when it
encountering
comes
them
out.
up on ledges. Of
I haven't
which
done
there
my
are
pre-order
many at
yet.
the
I need to do my
Vatican,
pre-order.
apparently.
All right, pal.
I'm gonna get the
Indy can
Deluxe
punch,
Edition, which has 3 days of
strong
head start
punch,
access, so we're gonna be
block,
playing this on
shove,
December
and
6th,
use
I
his
believe will
whip
be our
to
start
stun
date.
enemies or knock the gun out of their hand.
Oh,
It's a
the sound of
simple
those
system
punches.
That works quite effectively
And he
in
pushes them
practice.
over. That's
and
great.
to once again reference Thief, you can pick up the bodies and hide them in dark corners to prevent other patrolling padres from discovering them. Note that you can't get too far though, as carrying heavy adult humans around over one shoulder tires Indy out, quickly spending his stamina. Fortunately, the Great Circle packs an upgrade system that lets you spend the adventure points you get
That's
from
perfect.
thoroughly exploring
That means I
each
can go
environment
full-on
and discovering secrets,
completionist and get
later,
extra stamina points
taking
and stuff.
pictures of notable sites. You'll discover books that contain said upgrades, but you'll
Sweet.
need sufficient adventure points to actually apply the new skill.
Awesome.
Punch Out, for example, replenishes your
Oh, I
stamina
know,
when an
Anzolo.
enemy is knocked out.
I just love
also
Indiana
use
Jones,
Lucky
like-
Hat a few times, which gives you a second chance when killed, in which you're on the ground, the screen goes black and white, and your fedora is somewhere nearby. If you can crawl to it in time, you'll get back up and be able to continue on.
That's an interesting, like,
Aren't there more of you?
not death mechanic, but
In
a
all, the
defeated
upgrades
mechanic.
fall into 5 categories.
It's gonna be on Xbox and
Survival,
PC, Arthur.
fitness, packing, brawling, and
It's coming to
combat,
PlayStation next
thus
year,
giving
but
you
it is
incentive to
coming
not
as an
only fully
exclusive
explore each area,
to
but
Xbox
to
and
tailor
PC
Indy to
first.
your specific playstyle.
Then next year it's PS5.
The third and final section I got to play
I'll be playing it on the
fast-forwarded me
Xbox
to
Series X.
Giza, Egypt, a bit later in the campaign. Here, Indy had already connected with Gina, an Italian reporter looking for her missing sister. Giza is wide open like an old Splinter Cell Chaos Theory mission. You can visit dig sites, a bazaar, and the Great Sphinx. And mercifully, street signs you find serve as fast travel points.
Sweet.
You can highlight any area listed on the sign and you'll zip over there instantly, sparing you a lot of walking.
Oh, that's awesome.
In choosing one area to explore, I successfully snuck my way around to the opposite side of a Nazi dig site that I needed to literally get to the bottom of, where the elevator was.
I know,
No one
Anzolo.
gets
This
down
is.
to the
I am
truth.
so
only
excited
to
for
find
this
that
game.
its 2 sources of power were disconnected.
This is gonna be
Thing
awesome.
not working.
This led to 2 more stealth sequences into separate caves to get them turned back on. One of which let me sadistically fry some Nazis who were standing in a pool of shallow water with a wire I just brought to life. And another even had me swimming underwater. Before finally getting to ride the
Oh,
reactivated
puzzles.
elevator all the way down to the underground tomb.
Puzzles.
The stone glyph logic puzzle down there challenged me to place 3 round stone plates into their correct spots on a mural, triggering a beam of sunlight that shone across the room onto a wall. I picked up a nearby sledgehammer, bashed the wall a few times,
Look at that silhouette.
and a hidden room was revealed.
Oh, that's dope.
Inside was the relic the Nazis were after, but Indy had beaten them to it instead.
Oh my
Nazi
god.
Idiots.
Unfortunately, I soon ran out of time before my demo session ended. It turns out I'd spent more time than I should have in my limited preview window exploring other paths, taking on side quests, and taking photos of Giza.
It is something, ain't it?
In other words, I spent a bit too much time adventuring. No regrets.
Good. That's great.
As I said, it's clear now that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is more of an adventure action game than an action adventure one.
That's perfect.
But after a few hours playing it, I love it for that.
That's
The
so good.
first word you'd likely associate with Indiana Jones is probably adventure, not action,
Uh-huh.
and the Great Circle hones in on that. I'm absolutely smitten with the look, tone, pacing, and voice acting here.
I said, who is Father Ventura?
Travis.
Shout out to Troy Baker for effectively pulling off
Troy
a
Baker, sorry. I said
40-something
Travis Baker.
indie.
It's Troy Baker.
What Machine Games has got going here is a very unique blend of gameplay. In fact, I talked in my first hands-off preview about how much Indiana Jones and the Great Circle reminded me of 2004's seminal first-person stealth adventure game, The Chronicles of Riddick: Escape from Butcher Bay, which not only proved that licensed games could be incredible, the opposite was usually the case back then, but it showed that a first-person game didn't have to be a shooter to be riveting. Butcher Bay was built by the same core group of developers that later founded Machine Games, many of whom are still with the studio, and that Riddick influence is just as evident when playing The Great Circle as it is watching it. I don't know if executive producer Todd Howard, who famously pitched this idea to Lucasfilm many years ago, had Machine Games in mind when he came up with it, but the pairing absolutely works, and I absolutely can't wait to experience the rest of Indy's latest adventure.
Yeah, guys,
For more
this
on
is...
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, don't miss the 5-minute cinematic trailer as well as the release date trailer. And for everything else in the world of video games, stick with IGN.
So, this is... it's been on my list of games to play since it first got announced. I am a huge, huge, huge Indiana Jones fan. And just I'm going all in on this game in December. So just wait, everybody, because we will be playing this. The schedule is we're starting Dragon Age Veilguard on Thursday, and then we're rolling from that into Stalker 2, and then from Stalker 2 we're going straight into Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. So this is going to be, if I'm not mistaken, I'm going to be starting this on December 6th. I'll confirm that date later on, but this is going to be the next game we play. This will be, I think, the last big release we play of 2024, although Path of Exile 2 just announced today that they're moving their early access date back to early December. So I think we'll end up doing the early access for Path of Exile 2 right after we do Indiana Jones. So if all that sounds good to you, make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Daily streams on YouTube and Twitch, and I play a lot of games, so check out all the playlists. And for those of you watching the live stream right now, we're finally going back to New World Eternum.